Hello once again, football fans. Welcome to episode 8 of Casino Regina's Turf TV right here on YouTube. I'm your host, Rod Peterson, voice of the Rough Riders, and this week we have exactly what you emailers have been asking for, jam-packed full of interviews. We're going to look back at Friday's 42-12 loss to the BC Lions and tee up this Friday's game at Edmonton. But of note, this week at Rider practice, afterwards, Coach Ken Austin and GM Eric Tillman laid into the team at midfield in a huddle, and the players were pried at by the reporters as to what Kent and Eric said. Watch for that on this week's show. In fact, let's start it off right now with quarterback number 4, Kerry Joseph.
GM had some things to say to you guys after practice today. Can you elaborate on what they were telling you at all?
That's, we'll say it was in the huddle on the field, and that's something that we're going to keep in-house.
When you look at what happened, I guess, against BC the last game, how forward are you looking to getting back under center against Edmonton on Friday and maybe redeeming yourself a little bit? Looking
forward to this day to get back out here and get back to work. It eases a lot of the pain to get back and get prepared for another week. And I think we had a great work day today, and I think everybody's focused. I know I'm focused, and we just got to get better. It's one that, hey, it got away from us. We put it behind us, but we got to press forward now.
Is that important for you to put last game behind you and maybe not put extra pressure on yourself to maybe do too much against Edmonton?
Yeah, it is. It happened. It's over with. It's done with. It's out of your mind. It's Edmonton. What they do, key on their defense and executing our offense like we know how.
How tough was it for yourself? I mean, to come off a game where you had, such a great game versus Calgary and to kind of have things go wrong, is it tough to comprehend? Does it kind of make you scratch your head going, I just don't really understand how things work out?
You know what? It's frustrating. No player wants to go through that. And, when I sat back and thought about it, I said, that's probably my worst in 5 years as a quarterback, and I just had to deal with it, take it in, and learn from it, and I think, over the 2 days we had off, I know I have to be better. I know I have to play better, and I have to help my team a lot better than I did on Friday night. And, it happened, but, like I said, you learn from things like that. And I think, like they say, whatever don't kill you makes you stronger. And, over the last couple of days, I think that's what it did to me.
Are you concerned at all with the consistency of the offense? You were so-so against Montreal, really good against Calgary, and then kind of back down again against BC. Is that something that's worrying you guys a bit?
We have to be more consistent. I mean, you think about it, as an offense, you got to be consistent. And we're not there yet. But I think at the same time, we just got to keep being consistent and being in the books. Learning the offense, the ins and outs of the offense. And I think when we do that and continue to get the reps, I think you're going to see more consistency from the offense as a whole.
With all the work that you have to do with this offense, is still putting stuff in, is that creating a bit of a problem? Is this still a work in progress, this offense?
It is still a work in progress. I mean, when you really think about it, we had, a short camp, couple preseason games where we really didn't show much, and 3 weeks into the season, so the more we rep things against different things that we're going to see, the more you're going to get familiar with it. Whereas something might catch you by surprise now, a few weeks down the line, you have seen it already and you know how to handle that. So we just got to keep working, keep believing, and like I said, the coaches are doing a great job of preparing us. But as individuals and being committed to one another and to ourselves, I think we just got to keep our heads in the book and keep focused.
Things are fine. Things are fine. We got a good group.
When after a game like that with so many turnovers, how do you coach against that?
Every player has to be individually accountable for every play that they're trying to execute. Right? Quarterbacks has to be accountable for throwing the ball accurately, not turning it over. We have to be accountable to handle the ball in the return game. Right? It's an individual decision to be accountable to protecting the football on every play, and we have to be conscious of that throughout the game.
Have you seen the video of Fred Perry's hit on Dave Dickinson? Do you think it was legal?
Well, I think if the referee determines that he led with the crown of his helmet, we have a rule for that, and that's a flag, but that isn't a fine. There was no malicious intent there, so we need to actually understand the nature of that situation better before we make comments.
Kerry will start on Friday?
As of today, yes. Yeah.
So you say every player has to be accountable, Kent. Does that mean it was more of a learning experience Friday rather than a forgettable one?
Well, I think you can learn in all situations, right? Even in the good times, when things are going well, there's plenty to learn about. I mean, football's controlled chaos at best, right? So our players understand the importance of not turning the football over. I mean, when you combine turning the football over and you don't make the big plays that were there. It's not a very good formula.
Is it tougher to get a win or a loss? Like, was it tougher to get the Calgary game out of your mind or the BC game out of your mind?
I think it was tougher for the BC game, you know, because all the turnovers, self-inflicted wounds, all that kind of stuff, and you know, if you're a competitor, that loss always lingers. But it's a different week, and we have Edmonton on the horizon, so we got to get ready for them.
You talked about at the end of the game just the fact that it's tough for this team because it always seems when you're up, you kind of take one step back. I mean, how do you change that? Is it all a mental thing right now?
You know, it's a total effort by everybody. You know, it's because what happens is it's a ripple effect. When guys are playing at a high level, guys feed off each other, and vice versa. You know, when somebody makes a play, all of a sudden it seems like, you know, then somebody else messes up, and then somebody else messes up, and then just a ripple effect. So I think that we got to get the momentum back, just in general.
So the focus is now on Edmonton. What are some of the things that for yourself on your team that you're hoping to change for this week against this Edmonton defense?
Well, we have to execute at a high level, and ball control is the priority. You know, we can move the ball because the playmakers we have, and we have them back-to-back weeks. So you know, we really need to get it going.
You mentioned back-to-back. How big is it to make sure that you get a victory in their home yard to prepare you for this game coming up?
Well, just being a Western foe, you have to win anyway. You know, that's if you really take it into consideration, it's a 4-point swing. So we really have to, especially this first part of the season, not just Edmonton, but the first part of the season, we're playing all Western guys, and we really need to get out to a good start. And you know, we're still 2-1, and you know, everything's still looking good. So we just need to bounce back together.
You never really get it out until you get your next victory. So we're looking forward to Edmonton. We're really not thinking about BC, so we're looking forward to beating Edmonton.
What have you seen from them so far in their games, 3 games that they played so far this season?
They still got a good offense. They like to get the ball across the middle, so we're looking to go out and execute on defense.
Excellent. I mean, you've got at least a longer time than you did last time versus BC to prepare for this game. Does that help in any way? Because it was really a short week for you guys going in.
Yeah, it was a short week, but we don't like to make excuses, especially on defense. So we're just going to go out and we're going to play our hearts out on the defense side of the ball. And I know the offense is going to come to play, so we're going to have a great game this week.
Getting addressed by the GM, Eric Tillman, before the end of practice. What do you say?
We have a little inside team issue, so he worked it out between the team, inside thing.
Fair enough. We'll leave it at that then. Perfect.
This week's Casino Regina Turf TV coming to you from outside the ticket office. And of course, you've probably heard by now, Labor Day's already been sold out, but you can get tickets from Casino Regina's Stay and Play Weekend. Go to CasinoRegina.com for all the details. You and your buddy get 2 tickets, $350 is the package, 2 game tickets, 2-night stay at a downtown Regina hotel, pre-game barbecue in the Mosaic Stadium South End Zone, and gaming coupons to Casino Regina. Big news from Friday's game, Fred Perry's hit, knocking BC Lions quarterback Dave Dickinson out of the game with a concussion. He's not going to play this week. Lions say it's dirty. They've sent the tape to the league. Fred Perry says otherwise.
About it. That's all I mean. Nothing. That's it.
Did Murphy slug you though?
I mean, it was just he clubbed me, but he didn't try to go for my head intentionally. I mean, nah, he didn't try to do that. You know, me and Murph friends. I mean, I don't have no problem about Murph. Murph don't have no problems out of me.
But that's what he got penalized for.
Yeah, that's what he got penalized for.
Did he say anything after?
No, he just told me he was sorry, but you know.
What'd you say?
I you know, it ain't just football. You can't cry about, you know, what's going on. You just got to line up and play.
Have you seen the hit? Sorry, I got a little late here, Fred. Did you see the hit on Dickinson, and what do you think about it?
I mean, I think it was a clean hit. I mean, everybody is telling me this, telling me that. I mean, Dickinson didn't say nothing about it. You know, it's just the coach saying something about it.
You expect anything else to happen?
Nah.
Were you getting kind of blocked into the guy, or were you?
I mean, in that type of situation, what can you do when you make an inside move and, you know, the guy just blocking you and you trying to get to the quarterback? There's nothing you can do.
Was it helmet to helmet though? Is that what they're mad about?
No. I mean, they trying to say that, but I don't think it was. I think the ground, you know, because when I hit him, I ran through him, and you know, I think the ground was really getting the concussion.
That's it for episode 8, Casino Regina's Turf TV. Reminder, check out their website, CasinoRegina.com, for all the latest promotions. Always entertaining at Casino Regina. We'll talk to you next week right here on Turf TV.